Okay, what I want you guys to do is unmute yourselves or get the chat ready or show me your face, whatever it is, because before we today, okay, first of all, today's going to be absolute fire. Like, I'm so excited for it. But before we get started, I want you to drop in the chat or unmute yourself, and I want to hear something that you are most proud of about you. Not about your business, not about your clients or appointments that you booked or anything like that. What do you love and value about who you are? You, right today, right now. So let's hear it. I want us to talk about what we love about who we are. Creativity, honesty. I love that. Let's go from Atlanta. Oh yeah, we are for sure. Discipline. I love that. Darren, that is like, when I think of the word discipline, I do think of you. I love that. Being open to taking a chance on me. Mike, amazing. Love to volunteer. I love that. Anybody else? What do you love and value about yourself? I'm a hard worker. I have a positive outlook. Anybody else? Empathy. Amazing, amazing. Well, this was inspired by the book that I am currently reading right now. Jamie Kern-Lima, she just released her brand new book, Worthy. You guys, I've only read 2 chapters. As for some of you know, I'm doing 75 hard, so I have to read, not have to, I get to read 10 hardcover book pages every single day. I just finished my, I was just finishing up my February book, which is 10X is easier than 2X. No, it is not by Grant Cardone. It is actually an awesome book, so I would encourage that. And then my social feeds, because I follow a lot of influencers and motivating entrepreneurs. This is blowing up right now. So I would encourage you, whether you're a female entrepreneur or not, this book is amazing. It's called Worthy, How to Believe You Are Enough and to Transform Your Life. So I would really encourage you to pick up a copy. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm a couple of chapters in and it's already been life-changing. All right, it's Monday, so welcome to Rocket Fuel. We are united. We're a One Real community at Real Broker, and it's just such an honor to just bring this whole hour together for our entire industry every single week. So glad that you guys are here. I am pumped for today's guest. Darren Langell, he is going to bring the heat. And if you heard his video, if you saw our emails, Darren is going to talk about Core 4+4. He's unpacking Alex Hormozi's $100 million leads for real estate. And so speaking of books, I just got this copy. I ordered it earlier last week because I had got it right when Alex, you remember, oh, Mike's got his, awesome, I love it. So when Alex did his release, I love it. When Alex did his release, I bought it right away, but I actually bought a few copies, all the hardcovers, and I ended up giving them away as gifts, and I never read it. I can't even believe that. And then I got to hear him speak at the Reels annual conference, Rise, last fall. It was life-changing. So good. So I've picked up my copy because after today's segment, Darren is going to dive into Core 4+4, how to use the leverage the $100 million leads concept specifically for real estate. So I'm really excited about it and I'm ready. Darren, he's a former mechanical engineer turned real estate investor, turned top producing realtor, turned team leader, network builder, coach, and more. This man is currently the coach and team leader of the #1 group at Real Broker Canada. So he has a team of 80+ agents, super impressive in the Calgary, Alberta market. Fun fact about Darren, and I can attest to this because we've been friends for a while, and then we finally met, what was it, like 1.5 or 2 years ago. And when we both walked up to each other, I went like this, he's so tall. You would never believe how tall he is. I was shocked. Darren, you're just absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to have you here today. I'm going to let you take over, but guys, get your pens ready, get your notepads ready, get your computers ready, because this one's going to be full of awesome takeaways. So Darren, I'll give it over to you.
All right. Excited to be here, you guys. I've been following what you guys have been doing for a while, and actually a lot of my team members take part in this too. So honored to be here and just to give what I can. I spend most of my time, you guys, coaching inside of kind of my mega group. Like she mentioned, I have 88 of us right now in the greater Calgary area. So learning to help coach agents at scale is usually the only thing I wake up trying to figure out, because I don't physically have the time to coach everybody one-on-one. So how do I mobilize an army like we have here? You guys are all at a completely different walk of life, different background, different experience, different production. So this is a topic that I'm inserting. I started this in January. It was my comeback message in January to my red line agents. And I had brought them through a 4-month journey to this. So I'm kind of dropping you guys right into this. And I'm going to hope that we can pick up and I can bring you guys up to speed. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Am I able to share my screen?
You should be able to.
All right, let me get this up here. All right, perfect. You guys can see that? Give me a thumbs up, Amy.
Looks great.
Perfect. All right. I just want to see you guys on chat too. So I'm just going to make sure I can adjust things so I can see y'all. And it will be a little interactive too. So be ready to tap on the keyboard. Okay. I'm like Sharon. Not quite like Sharon, but I ask things of you if that's okay. I'm assuming if you're here on well, I guess it's early Monday for us and I'm out in Calgary. So, all right. So today's, like she said, I'm a super fanatical fan of Hermosi. He came out with stuff a couple years back and started giving away the things for free. I want to know if you follow him. So drop in the chat just like a 1 if you follow Hermosi and listen to his stuff at all, just so I can see where we're coming from. All right, we've got a fair amount of ones.
Lots of ones.
Sweet. All right. Well, after this, I hope you will, right? For those that don't. So the goal here, I got to ask you guys a question. If we're being honest with ourselves, what do you think? What would be your most important thing that you know will drive your business forward today? Out of everything we could do in this business, everything, what do you think is the one thing holding you up from hitting your goals? I'd like you to just toss that in the chat, you guys. I want you to tell me, is it better client experiences? Is it better systems? Is it better nurturing? Is it better lead generation? I just don't have enough, right? And let's be honest. If you could only pick one, where would that go for you guys? I don't think we're being honest. I'm looking at the answers. Keep going. Time management. Okay. Time management could be. My suggestion from the hundreds and near thousands of agents I've had the ability to coach, we think it's things like this. We think it's consistency. We think it's management, but there's one overarching thing that really keeps us either building our business or not. And what that is what this talks about. Anybody think about, can you reframe what your problem likely is? It's on this book. It's on the front of it. Leads. It is almost unanimous that most of us don't have enough consistent quality lead flow, right? Quality lead flow. If I had enough leads, then you create a new problem, like consistency, then the time management, then the marketing, then the conversion, then the client experience. You guys follow me? Most of us, if we're truly real, you know what, shit, I don't have the lead flow that truly drives my $500,000 income goal, right? It's not the other stuff we waste a lot of time with. And that's what this book is all about, you guys. It is about the art of lead generation. I use the term seed when I coach. Like, you know, out in the farmer's field, the first thing to start to grow something is what? It's a seed, right? It's the seed in the ground. And with that, water happens, nutrients happen, things bud, we get excited, and then it grows. You guys follow me so far? Seeding is the first thing we do. And I call that the phase 1 of the real estate cycle. But it's the art of lead generation. This is why I put so much attention into this book. It is the holy grail. We fix this, you guys, we fix the entire business, right? The other shit can get better. And I love creating new problems, but most of the time it's still to do with this, unfortunately, right? All right, so let's keep going. So you guys have it. Now, here's the good news. there's only two ways. Write this down, you guys. There's only two ways to get leads. Number one, actively. This is you running. This is you walking. This is you going to get a lead, going to talk to somebody, knocking a door, making a call, shooting a DM. You know, does that make sense? I go do something. Then the other way is passive. All right. So we have active and passive ways to get leads. Passive would be something like I shoot video and they call me, right? I'm on YouTube. The leads come in. I drive community farming and those come list me calls happen, right? I spend money online. The leads come into my inbox, into my CRM. Do you guys follow me? There's either passive or active. There's only two ways. So as scary as lead flow is, and if you guys are real, we know this is our biggest problem. If that is truly the case, it's not so scary when we realize there's only two ways to do it. But how is we're going to take this a little step further. And this is where the book comes in, you guys. This book gives us the framework. You guys all understand the term framework? Something complex into something simple, basically, right? Something you can come back to. We all need a few frames in our business. And what he talks about is how to get strangers to buy your stuff. Well, for us, there's a little bit to this. All right. The definition of a lead, this is in the book. Person you can contact. Simply enough, right? A lot of us put a lot of different weight into the word leads, right? Lead means that they've put their hand up and they're in consideration looking to buy or sell. Well, that's not actually the true definition of a lead. The lead is just somebody I can contact. And then the quality of the lead, you guys, is that interest level in what you're looking to sell. In our case, real estate services. Agreed? So let's redefine lead. Lead is just someone I can make a one-to-one connection to. I can contact if I want to. A definition of a lead wouldn't be that open house person that we say, that open house lead that came in, but I never grabbed their contact. Do you get it? That's not a lead yet. You can't contact them because you probably were lazy and gave them the business card and hope they'd call you, right? We don't want that, all right? So that's what I want to kind of set up as a definition. So this core four framework that Hormozi speaks to is about getting a lead. You guys with me? Did I set the stage enough? Yeah. All right, perfect. Okay. So the four phases, this is the beautiful thing. The framework he builds for us is simply a phase framework. And we're going to go into those four. This isn't a how-to session on how to generate leads, because Amy would have to have me on here for every rocket fuel for the rest of time. But right now it's the how-to. It's the framework to set you off with some homework. You guys with me? All right. So we're going to start here. The first way Hormozi speaks to is, write this down, warm outreach. There's four phases to get leads. One of them is warm outreach. So what the heck does this mean? It means this. This is the simplicity for which he speaks that we want to all seek out in our business. It's simply telling people that you know or that know you about the shit we do. That's it. Can you believe me? One of the four ways to get leads is telling people to know us or we know what we do. Now, I'd like to ask yourself, like, what comes to mind with this, guys? Maybe drop this in the chat. When you think of warm outreach for real estate, what do you think, what actions would fall into this frame? Anybody?
Social media?
So here's one. Look on the right. Examples. I can call somebody I know. I can DM somebody in my social media, right, Amy? Right? I can shoot an email to somebody I have. I can go visit a friend, right? These are people that I know that know, or I know that I know, or they know me, and I have a contact, remember? And I can just tell them about what we do. I'd love to think we do a reasonable job of this, but when we think of warm outreach, a lot of us probably think of our business isn't very consistent with this. This is probably random at best, right? I'm sure if you stepped away, homework piece number one, you guys, would be, if I go back to this thing here, and I'm going to fill up these four quadrants over time, what is your list and what is your cadence? of warm outreach. You think you guys could do that as homework? Just go into this, okay? So write that down. My warm outreach is these items over this amount of time consistently. I just want you to know it. If you're aware of it, you'll either find gaps or you'll either feel very much at peace. You're like, you know what? That's pretty good. I think I got it. Does that make sense? Fair one. So that's the first frame. The second one is if we got warm outreach, guys, what is the second opportunity? It's cold. All right. So what is cold outreach for us? If the other one is people you know and they know you, the opposite end of the coin is what? Reaching out to people that don't know us and don't know what we do. You guys follow me so far? This is the beauty of what Hormozi talks about is that is it when it comes to half of the quadrant so far. All right, so what would this be? Anybody, any takers? Amy? You know, this is door knocking, right?
Yeah, door knocking, cold calling.
Right? Cold calling, circle dialing, prospecting, cold DMing, right? Who's done that, right? You know, find out, you know, hashtag, you know, Toronto real estate, and then you find the people that are present, you drop them a DM. That would be cold, right? Hosting open houses, these people don't know us, right? Et cetera, et cetera. Warm, cold. Think about that for a second, guys. Again, if you thought about your own business, and if we're real about leads being a problem, more leads would solve all your problems. What is your list? Again, this is what Hormozi challenges us to do. What is your list of cold? You guys following so far? That would be homework piece number 2. All right. So first half of the core 4 is just this. Either they know you or they don't. They're either warm or they're cold. Simple. All right. We contact people in 2 ways, though. All right. We got 2 ways to do it. Take on the left side of the screen. We're building on this framework for you all. We can either do it one-on-one or we can do it one-to-many. There is only 2 ways to tell people about our stuff. One-on-one or one-to-many. Does that simplify things a little bit? It's pretty awesome to know. So what fills the bottom of the quadrant, as I want you to share? This is where what you said, Amy, comes in.
Yeah, I can see that now.
For people that know you, posting free content, this is a one-to-many outreach. Do you guys follow me now? Right? This is no longer a one-to-one. Posting free content on YouTube, posting free content on any social channel. Does it make sense? You know what also is? A warm outreach. I'm sorry, I'll leave that for later. All right, you guys follow me? So if this is 3, right? What is you? I want you to ask, what is your cadence? How often? Which platforms? This is one of the 4s. All right. Now, what would be the last one for us? This entire framework, you guys, he built out for 2 years to basically tell us there is only 4 ways, period, that we tell people about our stuff. That's it. It's either warm, cold, post free, or run paid advertising. Paid advertising is people that don't know us to a mass audience. Think about direct mail. Think about running Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads. Any type of ads is an audience that majority don't know you, and it's a large scale group. Does that make sense? This is it. This is the 4 ways. Now, if we're trying to build a business plan, the goal is to say, how many of these quadrants can I fill? You guys follow me? Can I fill them all? Maybe that's not you yet, but can I have good management and consistency around good chunk of these 4? The more we do, the more chance we have lead flow. And that's the goal for us in time as agents. Build our warm outreach plan, our cold outreach plan, our post free content plan, and if you're ready, the spending money plan. All right. This is a business plan. We get really romantic about business planning. You guys agree? We overdo it, but it's literally no more complicated. And if we finish phase 1 of this together, you guys, explore the core four and just say, where am I within it? What do I do? How consistent? And whoa, there's a gap, right? Maybe you realize that everything you do is in the warm outreach bucket. And you're leaving 3 buckets on the table, right? Maybe you realize, you know what? This post-free content thing is the only thing I've been doing. Where is my one-on-one? Where is my cold outreach? And this framework really helps you set that stage. Who thinks they have a gap right now? Put a 2 in the chat this time if you think you've got a gap within your lead generation frameworks. And let's be honest here. Hopefully, I don't know you guys, but I'm hoping you guys feel this is a trust circle. All right. So remember, there's 2 ways we create these real estate conversations. Actively, you go out and get them. I told you at the beginning. And I said passively, your effort gets them to come to you. So how does the core 4 fit in here? You might be asking. And this is it. Take a look at this graph. Maybe this is one worth screenshotting. I took the entire core 4 and then I put, where does those active efforts go and where does those passive efforts go? And beautifully enough, this is not in Hermosi's book. This is just me overlaying my conversation about active and passive. This is really the beauty of how simple creating lead flow is, you guys. Passively fits below the red bar and actively is above, right? And that's how you craft and create your business. All right. Hopefully I'm having a few like, I kind of get it. Somewhere in here is what I got to figure out. Now, that wouldn't be the whole part of the book. The book is heavy. It's like a lot of pages. There is more, right? That's the core 4 portion. We're going to talk about the +4 portion now, Amy. All right. So there's not just more leads, but there's more opportunity. And this is where it starts to get really fun. I give a talk that's called Becoming a Millionaire Realtor. And in that, I give like a 3-phase conversation about how to, for us at any production level, can become millionaire realtors. Well, one of the 3 levers is income, i.e. lead flow, right? And we can build income. We can change our income by a few things, you guys. It's either we do it by charging more, right? You up your commission rates, or you stop discounting for some of you, right? We also can sell more properties. That's generally what we think about, right? Your goal is 10 deals and now you're turning it to 20 next year. And I'm going to, like Tom Ferry would say, add a 0 onto the end, right? Maybe it's that way. You can have more people selling and paying you a split, right? I don't know how many of you are team leaders or have partners or have other strategies where you're earning off of other folks, right? Well, that's that real. We have that too built in with the revenue share model, right? More people selling, paying us a split. And then of course we can up our sale prices. That's the only 4 ways we can drive income change, right? So in the vein of leverage, this is where we're going to talk about the +4. All right. And leverage is this, right? The difference between the effort you put in and the output we get out. So for us as realtors, we're all independent contractors and generally we're in charge of all of our own income. You guys, right? It's like, if I don't do it, I'm probably not getting it, right? If I don't do those calls, I'm probably not creating the income, right? We build a little scale with teams and stuff like that, but generally that's the case. So let's talk about leverage and then we'll apply it to the +4. So think about this, a simple and familiar example of leverage. Someone with internet. Who's got internet? Let's see if you guys are awake. We've got 4 people with internet. That's great. All right, you're all on the internet, you guys, just so you know. Someone with internet can send 1 email to 1,000 people with 1 click of the mouse. Is that leverage? Right? Is 1 email to 1,000 people, just testing you guys, is this considered cold out? Is this considered a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-many? If I'm sending a mass email to 1,000 people, Amy, is that considered a 1-to-1 message or is that considered a 1-to-many message?
1-to-many.
Anybody else?
I feel like I'm being tested though, so it's probably wrong.
Oh, you're certainly being tested. Yeah. 1-to-1, you guys. We're using leverage, i.e. the tool, to send to 1,000 people, but you've drafted 1 message that's going to show up to 1 person's inbox and it's going to be for them, right? It doesn't matter that you just sent it to 1,000. That's mass leverage, right? Someone writing a postcard and a handwritten letter, they can't do that, correct? It would take a long time to do that, right? More people, same time. So that's, again, a simple use of leverage. Here's another one. Someone with 1,000 people following them on social makes one video that goes out, right? Can also be seen by 1,000 different people, right? Not to say we get that reach, unfortunately, but again, leverage, right? Leverage versus one video, one by one through text message. That would take a little bit. And that's the leverage I want to talk to you about. And that's what he talks about in a +4. Anyone can do great things with great leverage, right? Look at this. This is a great photo. This is AI driven off Canva, by the way, you guys. If you just want to like type in two grannies lifting up a car, that's what came out for me on Canva's magic editor. I'd love to know who's using AI right now. Anybody using it for like graphics? So
No.
fun. So fun. Right? Like I could never create this. My graphic guy would have taken me years to do this. Anyways, that's an aside. So Hormozy calls leverage for us in lead generation a term called lead getters. Do we all want some lead getters in our business? You know what a lead getter is? It's people who get you leads.
Mm.
Can't be any simpler. Who's got any of those right now? Who's not sure yet? Because they're like, I'm not sure where Darren's going with this. So if we go back to letting others know about our stuff, how to get strangers to want to buy your stuff, or just say anybody, there's only two ways to tell people. It's either you tell people, and that's with the core 4 here, you guys. See, remember, this is the core 4, or we just get lead getters to do it for us, right? You, core 4, lead getters, they're bringing them to you. So let's explore on this. Now, if you don't think you need lead getters, there's little happy you plus the core 4 equals some leads, right? Fill in the funnel, right? Some of you are doing well. Then there's you plus the core 4 plus lead getters equals what? More leads. Who wants more leads? Please tell me you're being truthful. Yes, we all want more leads. So this is the core 4 plus 4 now, you guys. Maybe screenshot this one. This is what he speaks about as lead getters. This is the second phase to things. The core 4 is considered core because it's foundational. You need to work through those, you guys and gals. But then there is the second phase, which is these lead getters. And we're going to talk about it. Customers, affiliates, employees, and agencies. Let me unpack that here for the next 10 minutes, and then we'll kind of wrap into Q&A, Amy. So how? Customers, number one, you guys, as a lead getter, this is your current and past clients. We have a few of those, I'm thinking, right? Current and past clients. So what does this mean? Referral sources. Are people that have worked with us or experienced our service, you guys. Alex speaks so clearly about they have experienced our service. They are the warmest group of lead getters you could possibly have. Anybody agree? Can I have some like head nods for those that have their cameras on? The law of reciprocity works, but we overlook this simplicity so much in putting together our business plans. We just kind of hope and pray, right? Referrals from the people that have worked with us or have been consuming our stuff for years, like following Amy on social and watching the growth of the growth of the North Group. You couldn't help but be incredibly warm and want to refer that, right? So the first question I have is this. How are you doing on this, right? How are you doing with your referrals? The question I ask all my agents is, if you went back to your last 10 deals, you guys, your last 10, just think through your last 10 deals. Have you received a referral from any of those 10 people yet? Is it 1 out of 10? Is it 5 out of 10? 10 out of 10? Shit, you've got multiple tens of tens because you're such an awesome referral generator. And this is one of those questions in terms of lead getters. If you feel like you have the core 4 a little bit figured out, the next warmest, again, Hormozy speaks about, is this. Or are you just hoping and praying that they're going to remember you, right? Be real with yourself. You know what? I got no referrals from those last 10 deals. Damn it. What the hell am I doing? Right? And it's because we're likely hoping and praying. I think, and again, he suggests it and he goes deep on it, but those people have to be treated extremely special, right? So again, I love that he shared this as one of his key things. I always say that everybody that you can contact, remember that's the lead, needs to be in your database, period. It doesn't matter their level of interest in your service, right? If you can love on them as if they'll never buy with you, or that they're nowhere near buying or selling, and they stay in your web of content and value, and they stay, you guys, you've got them for life. Do you guys hear me? That's a special thing to do. And then when they raise their hand, like what Sharon always talks about, the goal of marketing is to get them to raise your hand. They're raising it right into your inbox or right into your voicemail, right? So I want you guys to ask yourselves, like, how good are you at this, right? How good are you? Because referrals are that path to exponential growth. I just feel like so many of us overlook it. We don't take it seriously enough or even take part in it at all, right? And this is a challenge, but the beautiful part is these are the people that already love on you. We're just probably leaving a little bit to chance. All right. So that's crossing off his first one of the four in the plus four, you guys. Current and past clients. Then there is these bottom two, and this one feels a little bit off, I think, for us as agents. When you read it, you read agencies and you read employees. Well, a lot of us don't have employees as we're single operators. Some of us have some employees within our real estate businesses, right, Amy? But not everybody. And agency seems like, okay, that means I got to hire somebody to go out and generate me leads. And a lot of us don't have that. Do you guys agree? Right?
Yeah.
Some do, most don't. But I do have some thoughts on how this works for us. And I think it's something that we should all lean into. This is where my head goes. People think, okay, it might just be for team leaders, but is it? I'm going to bring you up with 3 thoughts of my own about this concept, about either agencies or whatever the employees. How about this term off the cusp partnerships? Have you ever thought about that for a second? What does this mean? This means, is there parts in your business when you're selling and buying where you could use a partner? You know what? I wish I had the time to go tackle the success story around that luxury listing that I just had. But I don't have a team member. I don't have a team running. But is there a way that I could build these off the cuff partnerships with agents that I like in my market or that I work with once in a while? And when this thing happens, we together jump on the things together and go generate leads. Do you guys follow my thoughts? Where it's like, when I sell in that community, I know she's a rock star there. And when I get a chance, why not build a business plan to generate leads off the successful sale? Kind of like an off the cusp one-off partnership, right? Then you're using leverage. You're using somebody else with you off your sales. Selective partnerships. Again, maybe you love doing single family acreages, but you get leads for condos inside the city. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to turn those away, but what if I built a true business plan around the lead flow and using other people? They don't have to be my employees. They don't have to be my team agents, but why not really selectively build a business plan that funnels somebody else's work effort into their sweet spot? Does that make sense? Transaction related. Maybe you know there's agents where you're a heavy listing agent, but you know there's an awesome business case to build a lot of leads off your successful listings. But you don't have time to handle the buyer calls, the sign calls. You're not ready to build a team, but why not partner with somebody that you're close to that could jump on this stuff when these happen, right? And we're leaving so many lead generation opportunities off the table because we're not thinking through the plan because we don't believe we have the time to do it all. But why not have a plan that generates leads with other people's skill sets? You guys following me a little bit? I share this to you guys coming in cold to this group because at Redline, we have 85 agents and we don't generate leads. We don't do it. We generate opportunities. We have these selective partnerships, these off the cuffs partnerships, these transaction-based partnerships that help each other mutually. So I don't need to generate lead flow for my team. We generate opportunities and it drives massive income. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So again, why not? If you have a success and a plan, but could use other to maximize, just think bigger this year. Because we all know more leads could drive more income. If more people are chasing leads for you, that's one of the +4. That's leverage. You guys follow me? We all could use a little bit of more people seeking out income. Read this really closely. In our business, agents chase sales to put food on their tables. Do we agree? We're all trying to feed our own families, save for our retirements, buy that next thing. So if you had agents with opportunities in this +4, if you built a plan around this +4 and providing lead flow out on these selective opportunities and plan, you've got a hungry agent going to try to put food on their table for you. That's leverage. And that's what Hormozi talks about. And instead of hiring agencies and hiring employees like he shares, but us as independent contractors, we can do this. And hopefully that lands for you, right? When I have a chance to coach team leaders, we wring out profit without wringing out and spending more money because we just seek these opportunities out. But we can all do that, right? All right, so that's the current and past clients. That's the agencies and employees he speaks about. But then there's affiliates, all right? We ready for this last one? How about this statement? Nothing makes friends faster than money, right? I know you're like, no. My affiliates, my vendor partners, I don't pay them. There's no referrals. We just do it because I love that girl or that him. But this is so true. When there is cash involved, think about our model with RevShare. When there's cash involved, we're a little bit more intrigued by the whole process. And that's the same with our vendor partners. So what I'm referring to and what Hormozi speaks to in the last bucket in the +4, you guys, is using people that have curated their own audiences to your advantage. Think about, and let me say that again. Other people have curated an audience where you can take advantage of it. Is that considered leverage?
Yes.
Absolutely. Could we all use a little bit more of that? Right? Creating our own audience is hard. Anybody agree? Building your own client list is hard. Building all of this is hard, but what if others are doing that for us? Could we work closer with affiliates? And that's what he talks about so much. Vendors, core to real estate. How about vendors not core to real estate, right? Vendors core to real estate, we all have mortgage brokers, we all have insurance people, we have our lawyers, we have all of this stuff, title companies in the US. That seems easy for us. But what about vendors non-core? Like just local community businesses, areas you work and farm, the people that are gathering folks to their pub. Are they not creating an audience for you? Could they become lead getters for you? And that's the question that he poses in the book, right? What about out-of-town agents? Again, back to that idea of selective partnerships. I know in Calgary, where I am, Canada is moving to Calgary right now, right? If my agents are not curating relationships with out-of-town agents all across the country, they are missing the opportunity. But we all have this, right? We all have people moving in and out, but we leave these kind of to chance. And that's, again, back to this concept of lead getters. So if you're ready for that in your business, challenge yourself to create leverage like that. Niche agents in your town, right? Commercial agents if you don't do commercial, all this stuff are there helping you generate leads. Leaders of groups on and offline is a big one too, right? Local groups in your area are curating the audience for you, right? So that's the concept. And my question is, do you have a plan here? That's the question of the book. And this is the infinite symbol. If you thought through this for your business, you guys, this is literally unlimited. Do you guys agree with me? If you truly craft some lead getters that are curating an audience for you and you can find ways to deliver, it's unlimited. The upside is unlimited. Your time is no longer the thing that's the problem, right? Others are bringing it your way. So this is his +4. This lead getters, customers, affiliates, agencies, employees. Does that make some sense, you guys? Make you rethink a little bit of maybe what parts of your business might be lacking? So I challenged my group to find ways this year, not all of them, because none of us can do all four, right? Can we commit to improving some of our leverage this year? You're going to burn out. I'm going to burn out. We're all going to burn out if we don't find a way to improve that. It's pretty exciting. So determine what might be, I would say, your low-hanging fruit, you guys, Amy. Like, what is the one thing that you could chase on top of your core four being really strong and just build some better lead getters for you, right? You can see how that 4+4 framework can really simplify your lead gen efforts. It's really wrapping your head around that. The core 4+4 equals some leads. Core 4 plus lead getters gets you a lot more. And that opens up the world for you. And this is my simplification of Hormozi's $100 million leads book. It's pretty powerful. Now he goes deep, you guys and gals, into each of those 8. And then you'll, of course, want to figure out how it works for us in real estate. But the framework is where we start. We can't go too far unless we understand it. And then we know maybe where in the book I need to spend some energy, right? And he's been a master of all 8 of them. And you can kind of go into any topic that you want. So that's what I got for you, Amy, and the crew. So hopefully that core 4+4 framework was helpful. And I'll stop sharing my screen.
So good. So are you encouraging to pick one of the +4 and just like really nail that down, dial in on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge advocate of like maintenance in our business first. This mode where like don't add something until you're literally like have it stabilized. And what is it now? February 26th. A lot of us still don't even have our business plans truly stabilized from the year, and we're just still figuring it out and have changed. So we still need that. But the next level, that +4 is all leverage based. Eventually you're going to run out of time and energy. And can we integrate leverage? And that's where he speaks to it. So if it is maybe just the affiliates, play there. I know
Okay.
some of my agents, they do enough of their own business and they could double it if they just had a better business plan off of every listing sale. They could drive more lead flow if they
Yeah.
just focused there. So now they're bringing on little like strategic partnerships, right? And then that's their play. That could be a whole year's worth of a play. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I try to harness people back because it's exciting to go after that all, but it's almost scary and overwhelming, and that'll just cause us all to stall, right?
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Darren, or let's just open up? We can unmute yourself or drop in the chat. We can get this into a conversation and just kind of mastermind on this topic a little bit if anybody wants to dive a little deeper. If you don't and your heads are full right now, kind of like the way mine is, that's okay too. You might want to grab the recording out of our Real United Facebook group and just kind of watch this again. But any input, any questions? You guys are quiet today. I don't know what's going on.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff for sure, and it's something that I've been wanting to dive into. So I'm really grateful. I'm glad I grabbed another copy of the book after I gave away my other ones. So I'm going to dive into this. All
Yeah.
right. I think it can be overwhelming trying to do the core 4, so one at a time can be better. Absolutely, Mark. You nailed it.
And the beautiful of that, guys, is he spent about 2 years writing this book. His first book was about crafting an incredible offer, right? Creating out with an offer is so good that nobody wants to refuse it. That was the first book. Now the second book was all about getting leads, because if I got an offer, how do I get leads to sell it, right? So he tried to framework his way down to say, what are all the possible options, period, and wrap it up in a little bow for us as a present. And that's what the core 4 is, right? The lead getters use the core 4 for you. So we need to max out the core 4 and just work little angles in all 4 over time. But as you know, there's many agents in this business, Amy, that will never need paid ads. Need no paid marketing.
It's true.
I can tell you, my #1 producer, which I'll award next week at our award ceremony, has not spent $1 to generate anything in her business, right? So she may never use that one little quadrant. So
Interesting. Melinda, you're asking where to get the recordings. For anybody that's with Real, you can access the recordings in our Real United Facebook group. They are available there for anybody that is in our Real community. All right, you guys. Well, Darren, this was so good. You absolutely just crushed it. And you speak with such, you're so articulate and you speak so calmly and methodically. It's so easy to digest listening to how you speak and how you lead. So thank you so much for your time and your knowledge. We really appreciate you. Guys, we'll be back here again. We're always Mondays, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern time for Rocket Fuel. Reach out if you have any questions about this session. Reach out to Darren. If you have questions for anybody about Real, reach out to Darren or myself. We'd love to connect with you. And otherwise, we hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Thanks,
yeah, I'd
everybody.
love to. This is a whole new audience. So thank you for having me, guys. And thanks for
Absolutely.
spending time. Hit me up on social. It's just my name, Darren Langell. Find me wherever. Mostly on Instagram is where I spend most of my time. But yeah, if
Awesome.
I can help you, I'd love to. So thanks, Amy.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.